that was a movie.
Justin, you're welcome. You said today was going to be a bad day. You. I can't swear that early in a video. Screw you. You are welcome, sir. I picked 2 great movies for us.
Great is a word for all around. It's God, there were some great moments.
Hello, welcome back to First Thoughts. I'm Simon, this is Justin, and today we're giving our first thoughts on Screamboat. If you have no idea what that is, you're probably not alone. So, ever since there was the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie, I'm pretty sure that's the one that started the trend, there have been a bunch of these taking these old, lovable characters and turning them into horror movies. Like, so bad they're good horror movies. Not all of them have been public domain, because there was the Grinch movie that wasn't public domain, so they had to just call him the mean one. Mm-hmm. But Winnie the Pooh happened when it went public domain, and this happened because it went public domain. And so, as with a lot of these, the main villain is played by David Howard Thornton. If you're not aware who that is, he's the guy who plays Art the Clown from the Terrifier franchise. He also was in The Mean One. He was the Mean One. And also, this is the same director as The Mean One, by the way. So I am very familiar with a lot of these people, actually. There was, by the way, Q from The Impractical Jokers was in this for like 5 seconds for no reason. The EMT girl was from The Mean One. There was a lot of people I'd seen from these other, you know, ridiculously low-budget, silly movies before.
Of course. Everybody gotta stick together.
Yeah. I want to know how to get in. I need to get in on these. I want to be friends with these people. I want to work with them. So yeah, it's from that same vein, you know, of the Mean One and Blood and Honey, those kind of things. It's on purpose so bad it's good, and it is amazing. I am a big fan of that style of movie. I thought I was a big fan of The Mean One. This one blew it out of the water. This one was so much funnier and so much better in every way than The Mean One was. The dialogue was impeccable. The acting choices, the character choices, everything. Having the mouse be both horribly green screened onto the set at times, and then also the worst puppet you've ever seen at other times. Wonderful choices. Also, having him whistle the whole time, because that's the only thing we really know about Steamboat Willie, is that he whistled, was a hilarious choice that took me way too long to figure out why they were doing it. Yeah, I had a great time. How about you, Justin?
Wow, I really had no idea what I was getting myself into.
You're welcome.
He informed me ahead of time that it would be so bad that it would be good. Mm-hmm. And I had to say, when Willie was on screen or his backstory was being explained, mostly when his backstory was being explained, because that
fantastic. That was maybe the best part of the movie.
Absolutely the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
But whenever he was on screen, it was absolutely so bad it was good.
Even without him, though, I thought a lot of the people, like, there was a lot of really funny dialogue in there. Like, they're like, so the plot, in case you need to know what the plot is they're stuck on a boat with this killer mouse that's killing all of them. So your first question may be, why not jump off and swim away? That's what I would have done. But they finally bring that up, and the EMT goes, no, you can't do that. The water's way colder than you think it is. You'll die almost immediately. You'll practically be frozen, so just let it go. And that is the dialogue of this movie. It's grade A. There's a lot of stuff like that. Like, they're talking about, like, the original captain was a man named Walter. Well, most people called him Walt. And he was a great man.
No, that was phenomenal. There are, and I will say, yes, some of the dialogue moments without Willie around are also pretty great.
Yes.
Some of those other moments, ooh, God, I was praying for Willie to come back quick.
That's the beauty of it. It's painfully bad, and that's why it's funny. Oh, I love those moments. Like, there's a girl on the boat that's like, it's her birthday, and so she's got like one of those entourages of birthday girls and going around, and the bar is closed, but no worries, they have the never-ending flask. Those flasks hold like 6 ounces of alcohol. Maybe it's a big one and I missed it and it was like 10, I don't know, but it was split between like 6 girls, 5 girls, and she is blackout drunk, like getting the spins and shit. I'm like, how? Listen, how much of a lightweight are you?
Listen, the flask obviously follows TARDIS rules. It's bigger on the inside.
Clearly.
She's got like 3 gallons.
It's a Mary
in
Poppins
there.
bag.
Yeah, come on. A little flask, 3 gallons of liquor. She's not afraid to share either, just as long as you give it back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, very generous of her.
Yeah. I think, you know what, if you care, we're going to get into spoilers right away. Because
there's nothing to talk about besides spoilers.
Just go watch it. But you should probably already know this is what it is. And it's a good one. Like I said, it's the same people who did the mean one, but it's better than the mean one. So if you like the mean one, you're going to be even more impressed with this one because it's even better. So go watch it because we're going to get into the funny shit that happens. So, yeah, I think right away, not literally right away, but pretty quickly, because he's going around killing them one by one, or sometimes by 2 when they're doing the Ahiga, how do you say that? Ahego phase, or whatever, which was the most random fucking thing.
Yeah.
These movies they're partially doing it so they can film women topless, and you got that. Also, apparently, one guy in particular has a fetish for whatever the hell that was. So good for him to film that scene.
It's the Hego face. It's very popular.
I've never heard that word out loud before. I've seen it written. Never heard anybody say it before.
It's a Japanese porn thing.
Yes, I picked up on that.
Why it was needed? Like the TikTok dance.
What do you mean? Why was it needed? For art, Justin. That's why it was needed. It's just they spend so long doing it. They leave so many dramatic pauses in there for them to continue doing it. He can't get the thing to run them over with this like forklift thing, but it won't turn on, and then he realizes, oh, I didn't turn the keys. Idiot me.
So he turns the keys, and they've been complaining about the lighting for this TikTok dance earlier in their Hago face. He turns the key on and the light comes up, and it was just perfect lighting, so they just drop back into the faces again.
Yeah. Ignored the giant rat creature. But anyway, so yeah.
It's coming right at us. No, that's cool.
He's been killing all of these people, slowly but surely. God. But there's a lot of people on the boat, so it'll take a while. Oh, nope, we put everybody in the lower hall and electrocute them all. So now we've only got like 6 to 8 characters left alive.
Yeah.
How are we going to stretch that out for the rest of the movie? Oh, no worries. Random people will just start appearing simply to die. Like, there's this random other cop and his girlfriend that pop up out of nowhere. We had never seen them before that moment, I don't think.
And we're just over there. It's a big ship.
And they just pop up simply to die. And it's like...
Wait, no. To show tits and then
show tits and a fake penis.
Yes.
Which came back later.
Let's be real, that fake penis was way more important than the tits.
Because then later it falls on the guy's mouth.
Yeah. Just tip to lip, man. Just tip to lip. It's just you gotta wonder how many times they had to refilm that. All right, we gotta get the perfect starting angle. So, yeah. No, the sound's not good enough. We gotta start from a higher angle.
Oh man, I'm honestly really glad. I know I just said his name, but I'm forgetting. I should know his name by now. David Howard Thornton. Now that, like, Scream 3, who the fuck am I? Now that Terrifier 3 kind of blew up a little bit, like, I kind of thought maybe he would stop doing shitty little things like this. I think he just really enjoys doing movies like this, and I don't blame him. He has so much fun. He kind of just does the same thing in every movie, but it's fun.
This isn't about the money, man.
It's not.
This is for the love of the game.
It's about sending a message. Oh my god.
There once was a captain named Walter.
but they called him Walt. And then later they do like this riff on like Disney adults where there's this lady who's obsessed with Willie and so does whatever. They're like, aren't you a little bit too old to be obsessed with a mischievous mouse? I thought that was great.
Every time they brought it to the actual real history and just like cut at real people in the world, it was phenomenal.
I love to, they've got like a picture of every captain to ever captain the boat up on the wall, like taped on the wall, but then they take down the one of Walt and then you unfold it and there is Willie, but you can tell there's more to unfold and they don't until like the end of the movie. They unfold it one more time and then there's Minnie.
we see Willie already. There clearly couldn't be anything more to the photo. There's no reason to unfurl further.
God, I loved it.
Oh my god.
This was one of the best days of the year, movie-wise.
And then, I mean, so many deaths to talk about, so many different interactions with Willie, but just the end strategy of, oh, Minnie's in that photo? Mm-hmm. I guess he's looking for
loves
Minnie.
me because my purse is the same pattern as her skirt was.
Let me go all out with this shit.
Yeah.
Give myself little fake ears, the exact same clothing.
Also, hold on. There's one scene where there's a kid that's hiding. And he's hiding in, like, the snack bar area.
Right.
And Willie's walking by, and he stops, and he smells something. And so he's like, oh, no, he smells the kid. And then you're like, all right, the fake-out's going to be he smelled the hot dog, or he smelled something else that he wants to eat, not him.
Right.
So he walks over, and you're like, yeah, well, he's not going to catch the kid, though. It's a kid. The kid's going to survive. But then he walks up to, like, the pricing board. He grabs a 6 and flips it upside down so it's a 9. He's like, yeah.
Listen.
And then walks away.
Listen, he turned a $6.99 product into $9.99. That's devious. That's a nearly 50% markup, man.
Yeah, those prices were very confusing. The hot dog was like $5.24. What a weird. What are we charging? Why $5.24? Not only is that expensive, I mean, I get it. It's New York, but like $5.24. Why not like $5.25 even would be better, or $5.40. 24 cents. I've never seen anything except for gas. But yeah, the churro was the one, I believe that was $6.99 and became $9.99. So yeah, charging $10 for churro is evil. Absolutely.
Oh, way more evil than doing any harm.
Any
to
of the
child.
murders or cutting penises off.
Yeah, no, that was perfectly tame compared to the whipping the price.
Oh God! And then I love when he kills the first captain, and then he uses him as a booster to then drive the boat, and he starts whistling.
Oh my gosh! But while he's killing the captain, starts sawing his head off while he's whistling. Pop goes the weasel.
Yeah.
And then as it starts to get
pop.
pop, yeah, it gets a little struggle with it. Goes the weasel.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoyed this, you really need to watch the rest of this stuff that this guy does, because he's that character in everything he does. Like, his Grinch is almost the same thing. His Art the Clown is one step above, because those movies are actually serious and way gorier, but he is fantastic in everything he does, and it's always that.
Yeah, my one friend obsessed with Terrifier has wanted me to watch at least 2 and I guess now 3 for a while.
2 and 3 are both very good. The first one you don't need, but it's fine. It's really low budget.
That's
but
fair. So yeah, no, I'll check out this Grinch and Winnie the Pooh one too.
The Winnie the Pooh ones, so those are different people, and I'm not as big of a fan of those ones because I feel like these ones capture the spirit of it more, where it's like it's so ridiculous and it's very tongue-in-cheek. The Winnie the Pooh ones just, I don't know, they're like, we'll make a horror movie, yeah, and then it's not scary, it's not good, and it's kind of funny because it's bad, but it's not like, there's no really funny dialogue in there. It's just, it's poorly made.
Yeah.
So it's those are worth watching, but not nearly as much as these other ones from my experience. Did not see the second one yet, but I think Tigger's in the second one, so.
There was a second one? Mm-hmm. See, I remember the advertisement for the first one, but I did not.
I did a drunk review of the first one. You would know if you cared about my channel. I also did a drunk review of the mean one. This one's going to be a drunk review eventually too, I'm sure. I'm going to have to figure out something about the penis though. Can't show that.
Nah. right front and center. Thumbnail and
Yeah,
everything.
put it in the thumbnail.
Right on the tip to lip, right there.
Yeah, this was fun. Welcome to the wonderful world of awful horror movies based on your childhood. Welcome. It's a great place to be.
It'd be interesting if they ever touched on a piece of media from my childhood I
Like
care about
Looney
more than
Tunes
this.
or
Yeah,
something?
No. If
That'd be
Daffy and Bugs were doing this and
Yeah.
shit, that'd be crazy.
That'd be great. There's a Bambi coming out this year. I think there's another. I thought there was like 3 all coming out this year, and this was the first one, but I don't remember. I know for sure Bambi.
Now, I'm gonna need to find out, does Bambi stand up and get a gun? Does Bambi
I have no idea.
turn up? I'm gonna need Bambi to seek revenge for the mother.
Yeah, hunt down the hunter.
Yeah.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
That's what I figure the movie should be.
It better be if it's not. No, I think it's more of like a Wendigo kind of thing. I think they turn it into a monster like that is what I think it is, but I don't.
Wendigo.
A Wendigo? You don't know what a Wendigo is? It's like a evil deer monster thing from folklore. They're the thing that, like, if you hear screaming in the woods, that's a Wendigo. Or like, but like how Wendigo work, because their supernatural is the quieter they are, the closer they are. So if you hear screaming in the distance, that means they're actually close. And if you hear it really close to you, that means they're far. It's backwards.
Yeah.
I need to open the door. Sorry. It is too hot in here.
That's fair.
Becoming that time of year, unfortunately. It's only April, right?
Yeah. It's just started April too.
Unseasonably warm.
It's only the 3rd.
Unseasonably warm. It's not normally 70 degrees at night in April, but it'll be
trying to
cold again soon. Yeah, dude, the dialogue was a lot of fun. The one guy grabs the flare gun and just say cheese, motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
That was great. What other good lines were there in there? I'm sure there was stuff even I missed. I thought it was great. I wrote the movie because he's like giving like a rah-rah speech to the crowd, and like, cause we're New Yorkers, and then like 3 lines later he goes, cause we're New Yorkers, damn it. I'm like, okay, we got there.
I will say, you may have written that line, but I could also see the vision too. It's just, it's the classic move.
Yeah.
It's a group of New Yorkers hyping themselves up. What else are they gonna say?
Yeah.
We're New Yorkers, or we're from New York, home of the Yankees, the Mets.
We don't talk about the Mets though. The whole bit with like, so at one point, the ship starts sinking, which ends up not mattering at all, because like it's filling with water, but then it's just not. Later,
it got buoyant at a certain point, so
because that's how it works.
Yeah.
But so anyway, the main-ish character guy, because like the main character is a girl, I think. But then there's a sort of love interest with this guy that comes out of nowhere and goes nowhere.
It seemed like he'd be a much more important character than he was compared to her.
But then he and the kid are stuck in this little room that's filling with water, and the way out at the top has debris on it that they cannot for the life of them move. And it's funny, they both are pushing on it, and then the one lady goes, wait, let's push together. I'm like, you weren't? Were you pushing against each other? What were you doing?
Of course, but
Anyway, they're like, they don't move it at all, and then the guy goes, oh, we can fit through now. I'm like, no, you still can't.
I saw like a millimeter of it. That was such force they were applying there together now.
To be fair, depending on the shot, the hole was either like this big or this big.
Yeah.
So it was pretty inconsistent.
It had to seem wide enough for the kid, and yet not wide enough for the other guy. I just love that Willie is basically a shark in like any like 2 feet of water. Just comes around, bites your ankles. He's got a knife, he'll slice your fucking Achilles.
There was such a weird dialogue moment when the main character girl first meets the EMT girl, who both end up being like the 2 people to survive. They hate each other at first for no reason. And so the EMT lady is like, hey, don't worry about it, it's New York. And she's like, well, maybe I'm not cut out for New York. And she goes, maybe not. Not everybody is. And she goes, rude. Well, fuck you. You're stupid and ugly. Or I don't know what she says exactly, but like she way overreacts to a harmless comment.
She kind of like belittles her job because she has to go around like checking on all this shit on the cruise, and she's like standing in piss now. She's like, oh yeah, how do you like standing in piss or having to do all this? It's like,
it's like, what the
I bet you expected this in your life, huh?
You're like, rude. She didn't say anything rude, and then you proceeded to be the rudest person ever.
Hey, that's what New York does to you, okay?
Apparently.
Makes you snap.
Also, so the kid, we do see his mom at a certain point.
Yeah.
And I don't know what ethnicity they were supposed to be, but his mom, or the son, I was like, oh, he's darker than his mom, so his dad must be either black or darker. And then at the end you see his dad and he's white. And somebody behind us went, yo, what? When we saw the dad, I was just like, yeah, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Listen, sometimes they say the melanin is strong. Wasn't very strong in my family, but you know, it's stronger in his, okay?
Stronger than his mom's? Didn't make any sense.
You know, sometimes that works out that way. Again, didn't work out for me, but you know.
Oh God.
It was hilarious. Like, so this kid went through the gauntlet in this movie. Just going from just being conked out on this random ferry he doesn't seem to care about at all. Getting his view blocked of the Statue of Liberty.
Trash.
To being one of the very few people to survive this mass electrocution, which I knew was exactly what was going down as soon as he starts spraying. Anytime any villain starts spraying people with water, electricity is about to follow. Yeah. And so he's, I guess, sitting on some like kitchen mat.
Yeah. And, like a floor mat.
Yeah. And so he survives that. Looks up, mom dead.
Did he ever even see his mom though?
Because like he didn't react. That's the thing.
I don't think we saw her die, and I was like waiting.
We didn't see her die, but I was pretty sure that was her dead body that fell over the counter.
I thought that was a white chick.
I didn't think it was.
I thought that was just some random white woman.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
I just assumed that was the mom because otherwise that was a weird loose end there.
Well, why would she be foaming from the mouth from electrocution? Why ask questions? Why ask anything at all, man?
We had the two couples' heads explode. We had
which I was waiting for. I was waiting for the explosion.
I wasn't sure how they were gonna go out, but that does make sense. I have seen that a few times. But like,
a monkey.
if that was his mom, he either misses the dead body or sees his mom's dead body and has no reaction at all. Gets saved by a black guy who swears he's gonna get him out, and then that guy
explodes,
blows himself up trying to take out Willie in another failed attempt. Every attempt has failed, basically.
Of course, it's Willie.
And then towards the end of the movie, after they get Willie out the way for a little while, the two surviving women, just like, oh God, he's gonna need therapy. Kid still has had no reactions in most of this movie. Gets a little smile at the end, but
I love how the dad's like, "Thanks for saving him," and then they leave, and then the kid just comes back with the book, the sketchbook, and like, "Here you go," and then just stands there like emotionless, like, "Yep, okay."
This kid was not allowed to have any emotion. The other funny thing is, we had our first, well, not our first, but our other main character, Staten Island guy, whose name means nothing to me. Staten Island guy. Mr. Doesn't want to be the captain.
Right.
You know, that's his other personality trait.
That's one thing in life, is that he doesn't want responsibility.
He makes this big sacrifice, saves the kid, says, you know, if I have to be the captain, I'm going to go down with the ship. And
well, the ship didn't go down, remember?
No. But I mean, he stayed down there.
He's just in a partially flooded closet. Yeah,
and you're made to believe that Willie is killing him because Willie dives on him, and it looks like there's a lot of blood in that disturbed water. Maybe it wasn't, but it looked like they were supposed to be spewing blood there. No, at the end of the movie, he's all good. He's just kind of down there groaning, chilling.
It's a post or mid-credit scene, which
he's
made no sense at all. Where it's just like, hey, it's me, help, and the guy goes, Pete? And I'm like, I don't remember, who is this guy? Like, he looked vaguely familiar, but I'm like, if I know who this is, oh, he was the radio guy before. Okay, yeah, so we do vaguely know who he is, but not really. He just goes, "I'm coming, Pete." Oh, I just remembered a great thing in the dialogue. So when the first captain dies, the first mate goes up, and he goes, "Holy shit," when he sees him. And then the next guy comes up, goes in, "Holy shit!" And then there's a break. And the third guy comes up and he goes, "Holy shit!" They all have the exact same reaction. It's so good. And then there's this random old dude who worked on the ferry back in the 60s, but now just hangs out being annoying. Did he live? Did he die? We never see him die, but then we don't see him again forever.
I gotta assume he lived, because he seems to live through everything, but God bless that man.
For the Walt commentary.
Oh my God. There once was a man named Walter. And they called him Walt.
The world is fucked. Except for Willie's world. It's the happiest place on earth. He's living in his own world. Oh my God, the dialogue is priceless. It's so good. That's a small world after all.
It is crazy, because there's just times where like the dialogue of the movie just makes you feel like, wow, these people have absolutely no fucking clue what they're doing.
Yeah.
Me not having seen those other films.
Yeah.
It's just like they have no fucking clue. And then you get to the scenes like the Walt scene and the scene about the grown-up Disney fans, and it's like, oh no, they clearly know exactly what they're doing here. It's, oh God.
The whole flashback, the animated segment was great too. I loved that. So once again, I'll say this one more time. You're welcome. You didn't think this was a good idea. I told you we were gonna have fun. Did I know we would have a lot to talk about in First Thoughts? No, because like this is something I typically do drunk reviews of.
Fair.
This is more of a reactionary thing than a talk about it after the fact thing. But I was like, you know what? I think this will be fun. And guess what? It was.
Yeah, I will have to give it fun. Yeah.
That being said, I'm giving this a 1 because this is so bad. It's great.
Yeah, I guess I have to agree with you.
It's a 1 or a 10, Justin. There's no other options.
Then it's gotta be a 1. Listen.
What are you gonna give this a 6? Like what is? It's terrible.
This movie would be really down there if not for Willie, but Willie gets it that 1.
Willie's not even the one being funny though most of the time. It's like the dialogue is what's so funny.
But every single thing that people have to say or do surrounding Willie is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's when I feel everyone is at their funniest.
Anyway, I think we're done. It's a fun time if that's your thing.
Oh wait.
Oh.
So
there's more?
Because we
Billy Mays.
didn't talk about the very end. Because I was bringing up the people who survived.
Okay.
And speaking of the people who survived after getting stabbed through the back of the head, Willie falls off the ship.
Was it the back of the head or was it the... Either way, it was
it seemed
somewhere
like a
in
kill
this
shot.
range.
Yeah,
it's a kill shot regardless of where it is back there.
But he survived. He falls off the ship, and that was clearly set up for a sequel. But then they made it even more clear where they show him on a garbage barge, and they show him moving, blinking his eyes, and then you see Minnie's skirt show up, and it looks like she's got the same rat legs as him. So it looks like if they do a sequel, we're getting the duo into the next movie.
Yeah. I wonder if we will get one.
Maybe the kid will show up, and in the next movie we'll see he got some therapy.
Well, Pete's alive.
Probably need a bit more
too, so he can be back for the sequel too.
I swear to you, I thought they were gonna live, and then for some reason adopt the kid.
He has a parent.
I didn't remember that. Because they mentioned his father at one point, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna be rescued soon. And then after that, I completely forgot about the dad.
Yeah, they said what his dad was, but I don't remember.
It's something...
They're like, he's something. Oh,
some
we'll be saved soon
shit.
then.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Sure. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. It's fun if you like the stupid, so bad it's good shit. It's good. It's one of the best ones I've seen in quite a while. It is very good. So I recommend it. It was a lot of fun. If you've seen it, let us know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give us a rating. It helps a lot. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.